Welcome to General Building Construction 1. Under General Building Construction 1, this is a unit in building and construction which generally deals with the construction of building, civil work, railway works, etc. Welcome to General Building Construction 1. Under General Building Construction 1, we are going to cover the following topics. The first topic is Introduction to General Building Construction. Second, we have site investigation, leveling, setting out, foundations, types of foundations, wall construction, door frames, window frames, fireplaces and chimney. Then lastly, we'll tackle the ground floors. The first topic which we are going to tackle in our class is Introduction to Construction. Under Introduction to Construction, we are going to define what is general building construction. And this is the process of creating a structure from its initial design to its completion as a functioning building. Under Introduction, we'll also tackle the evolution of a building environment. And under this subtopic, we define what is a built environment. And a built environment is a surrounding made, all created by a man, with or without an art of natural environment. We'll also define what is a building. And a building is a process that involves putting up a structure, i.e. buildings and other related building works. Then the third element, we're going to tackle the stages of a building. And we have three stages of a building, which is prehistorical buildings, traditional buildings, then lastly we have the modern buildings. The prehistorical buildings, this is where man used to live in the prehistorical times, and they were difficult to know, and they used to live in caves, logs, etc. Then they evolved into the second stage, which is the traditional buildings, where they builded the building using the mud arts and traditional domestic structures. Then the last stage we have the modern buildings, where they used modern materials such as steel, concrete, plastic to construct the buildings. Then the third element we're going to tackle is the environment consideration made during the building process. And we're going to consider the following. Under the environmental consideration, we'll consider the planning environment, building regulations, set of rules, availability of resources, land restriction, which is the government rules that govern constructions, local amenities such as transportation, electricity in the area, etc. Then the next thing we'll consider the subsoil conditions. We consider if the soil is swampy, sandy, or clay. Then we'll consider topography, where we'll consider the shape and the structure of the land. Then the second last, we will consider the building next to the site. Then lastly, we will consider the uses of the building. The fourth element is the physical features which should be considered during the building process. The first consideration is the nature or the view of the land, natural vegetation, size of the land and the proposed building project, shape of the land, drainage system, approach and access to the road and the footpath. Then the last thing under our first topic is the building process. And the building process involves the following stages. The first stage we have the conception stage, design stage. Then lastly we will see the last stage, which is the realization stage. The first stage of conception stage, this is where the client comes up with the idea of the project he want to construct. In case of a building to be constructed, it has to be considered the following during conception stages. Which are the factors to consider during conception stage, which is land where the building is to be constructed, financial requirements, necessary raw materials, what functions of the building will serve, site where the building to be constructed, time of construction, profit of the building project. Then lastly, we will consider the accessibility. Then the second stage is design stage. This is after having the idea of conception. The stage the architecture there connect from the conception to the realization. This is where the architecture then put ideas in drawing or sketches. Then the last stage we have is the realization stage. It's where the drawing are prepared and design is done. The work is executed by the contractor who carries out the construction process. In this stage, terms and conditions according to how the contractor will supply the materials and execute the work on behalf of the own on set out clearly the writing. In conclusion, in Introduction to General Building, it's an introduction where one is equipped on how it will come up with the projects. This is where the one is introduced on the stages and the process of executing the building. Thank you.